Perhaps you've seen it, maybe in a dream, a murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything once branded, the symbol of the curse, an augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drang Lake. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Drawn to a flame. Your wings will burn in anguish. Time after time. For that is your fate. The fate of the cursed.
Hey there, my name is Alex or Silvermont, and welcome to Let's Play Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Did you notice a little bit of a weird transition there, right at the start? Maybe you did if you're observant. And that would be because when I started recording this, I was recording in 30 frames per second. Because I've been recording Bloodborne. But I just went and did a little fiddling to make it hopefully 60 frames per second, because this game does indeed render at 60 frames per second on PS4, which is nice. 1080p, 60, or whatever. Jehuti in 1080p. Right, so, where to begin? You saw that intro cutscene, I'm sure. And here we've landed in Things Betwixt. We appear to have fallen through some sort of weird portal. So, let's explore a little, shall we? If you're new to Dark Souls 2, or if you've never played it before, well, we've got lots to talk about. Like this rusted coin! Damn, and no, I'm so used to Bloodborne controls, this is the worst. Right, let's, an old rusted coin. Crushing the coin temporarily boosts luck. This rusted coin gives you that little extra bit of luck, making items and the like easier to find. The coin is engraved with the image of a god that was worshipped in ancient times, but no one knows its true origins. These guys, they can be attacked. I wouldn't advise attacking them though. For starters, they're really damn fast. See what I mean? They're like whoosh. Come on, let's... You little... Come on. Okay, one more try. One more try. Okay, I give up. You can attack them. Probably not the best idea, as you'll get disoriented and lost. And I have just come from recording Bloodborne, so I might... You know... Might take me a bit to get used to Dark Souls 2 again. But I'm glad to be here. I've been wanting to get back into Dark Souls 2 for quite some time, and I'm glad I have the opportunity. Urgh. You're going to see some more shenanigans in a few minutes, just you wait and see. What could these big footprints mean, I wonder? Always good to, I mean, if you're new to Souls games, explore everywhere. You might come across a giant hippo thing. And you would be, you'd be right to not attack him. But you can grab that item. You could probably kill him here if you were amazing. We're not amazing, so we're going to leave him in peace. I think he's too fat to fit through here. He also will, yeah. But you can come back and kill him whenever you want. Way to fail, Mont. And here, we get to make our character.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse. It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name? At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy. Take a closer look. Who do you think it's supposed to be? Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
Okay, so now we get to create our character with a bit of weird lag there. So when she said the old dear, she was referring to, of course, the lady in the intro cinematic, who some believe is Shalquoir. And who Shalquoir is, we'll discover later. If you don't know who she is, then that's not a spoiler. If you do know who she is, then, well, all well and good. Me, I don't believe it's Shalquoir. So here we have your classes: the warrior, knight, swordsman, bandit, cleric, sorcerer, explorer, deprived. If you're new to Dark Souls 2 and you're thinking which class is the best for me, I mean, it depends on your playstyle. If you want something that's like, you know, dual wielding, then you have this guy. He starts with, I would say, the best weapons. He has a long sword and a scimitar. You have the bandit, who looks really silly. Bandit was my favourite class in Dark Souls 1, but in Dark Souls 2 they look really silly. Cleric is always a good one. They start with a pretty decent weapon and they start with a healing miracle, which, you know, that's good. So if you're just looking for like the easiest sort of way to go about things, I would suggest either knight or cleric. We are going to be playing knight, but I've actually already made my character because I spent a long time finally crafting the minute details. So this one will make a... Let me think. What does warrior start with? Oh no. We'll start with a cleric. Just okay, then you have a gift, life ring, human effigy, healing wares, homeward bone, seed of a tree thingy, bonfire aesthetic, and petrified something. Now, I would suggest either taking the petrified something or the healing wares, depending on how confident you are. Healing wares will be good until they run out. It basically gives you a bunch of healing items, but they will run out, and they're quite easy to get anyway, so I think the best thing is generally the petrified something, and I'll show you what that does in a little bit.
All people come here for the same reason, to break the curse. You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance. Well, you never know. Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom. But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You'll lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
Hear that? They don't think we stand a chance. I guess we'll have to prove them wrong, won't we? Though, to be fair, Jim probably doesn't stand much of a chance. But, so yeah, clerics start with a heal miracle, which is very, very useful for early game, but you can get the heal miracle not too far into the game anyway, so, you know, it's honestly, it's up to you. We'll pick up a few more items, because, you know, why not? It's 3 items. You might as well. A human effigy. So when you die, you will begin to hollow. You will start turning into a zombie. And you can reverse that by using a human effigy. And there are various benefits to being a human or a hollow, which we'll talk about a bit later on. Let's talk to these kind of bastard ladies. Let's see what they have to say. And this one, who's a bit nicer.
This is a limbo. A link between Drangleic and the outer world. Fair traveller, I know that you must have a story. Why else would you visit such a place? This lost, decayed kingdom.
A link between Drangleic and the outer world. The portal must have something to do with that. But, well...
My name is Millibeth. The old women were once fire keepers. I am here to look after them. It is what my mother did, and her mother before her, and so on. The old women were keepers of the fire. But now, the fire shows signs of fading, and the kingdom is beset by hollows.
Oh my god. I mean, I know she's saying some pretty important stuff, but I just realised who my character reminds me of. Turk from Scrubs. With a... oh no, that's... oh my god. That's both horrible and amazing.
The old women are sisters. I am told there was a 4th. Long ago, fire keepers were commonplace. But now they are lost, scattered to the winds.
See? There is a 4th. So that would kind of imply that Shanalot isn't her, because, well, these are fire keepers and they are sisters, and Shanalot probably doesn't have any sisters for obvious reasons.
The old women that...
You must go on a journey without rest. Well, I suppose if you find yourself at an impasse. But if your will is yet unbroken, then you may return here to start again with a clean slate.
She's basically giving us hints on how we can respec our character, but we don't need to worry about that at the moment. Yeah. Okay, let's go and see if we can't deal with that ogre. Been a while since I've done any Dark Souls 2ing, so this might not end too well, but we'll see. I would very much suggest that you kill this guy. I mean, if he's giving you trouble and you're dying to him and you just can't do it, I mean, don't worry about it. It's not crucial by any stretch of the imagination. And you can always come back later. There are tactics to deal with him though. One of which I'm trying to show now, but he's not really... Okay, here we go. Get behind him. And he will continuously try and sit on you. And you can kind of make him chain do it. You will have to reset him now and then, because he will, you know, get back into a wall. Okay, there we go. Whoa, that wasn't too good. 1, 2, do it again. 1, 2. We'll reset him. Whoa! Careful. Whoa, no you don't. Okay, we'll heal because it'll give me a chance to show it off. Oh god, he might hit me. I didn't realise he follows you that far, but... As you can see, heal is useful. Don't use it in combat as I just did. Whoa. He also has the attack where he will sort of like fall over. That's also a good one. Do it, please, to demonstrate my point. Go on. Ugh. Okay, he's being a bit of a butthead. Oh, whoops. There we go. Jumping attacks are done by pressing forwards and right trigger or R2 at the same time. And it's very useful. I would advise getting the hang of that down. You also have, which is forwards and R1 or right bumper, which is used to guard break enemies. Very, very useful. And that guy dropped Stone Ring. The beloved ring of the gallant shieldless Lothian, formerly of Ferosa. Hits greatly reduce enemy poise. The effect may seem trivial, but for those who comprehend how critical it is to exploit a hole in enemy defences, the significance of this ring will be clear. And, as it says, additional reduction of enemy poise, which means... hang on, let me find it. Is it not there? Oh, there we go. Poise damage. So basically, strength of impact disrupting opponent's guard. And this weapon has 30 poise damage. And the stone ring will increase that poise damage. It basically means it will be easier for you to stun enemies. To like knock them out of their animations and stuff like that. And here we have Torch. Very useful. But it's limited, as I will demonstrate. See, it now is counting down. Dun 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 dun. Looks lovely lighting. But, you will pick up more torches throughout the game, so don't worry too much about that. You can pretty much run through here. We're not going to run through the whole thing because we want to go up here. But yeah, you can pick up a few little items in here and fight a few enemies for practice. Very weak enemies. But, you know, it's good for practicing to get you into the kind of swing of things. You'll notice when I one-hand the weapon, there's the X thing, which means I can't use it in one hand without a penalty. And that's because we don't meet the strength requirement for that weapon. Which means if we increase our strength stat, you know, we will be able to use it. Let's say an item needs 20 strength. That means you need 20 strength to use it in one hand. Oh. Well, that works too. But yeah, if an item needs 20 strength for one handing, that means if you have 10 strength, you can use it in two hands. Holding a weapon with both hands doubles your strength stat, basically, to put it simply. We came up here because... Oh, whoops, I went in the wrong one. Oh well. We'll go up there. Yeah. Even if you skip this area, I would advise at least doing this part so you can get access to the birdies. And I mean, it's generally not advisable to skip anything in these games because the more souls you have, the easier the game becomes. The more items you have, the easier the game becomes. So you might as well pick up everything you can. Get them souls. Backstabbing, basically press right bumper or R1 behind an enemy, and bam, you're good to go. Let me grab that. A dagger. Again, I do that. We're going to put the cleric chime there. Daggers are... Can we... Oh, ow. Daggers have very high backstab damage, but otherwise very low damage. But it's useful to keep them, because you can equip 3 weapons at once and swap between them. Like that. So it's good to have a dagger for situations where you might be able to sneak up on an enemy, for example. But you know, just do whatever seems good to you. There are so many different weapons in this game, you can pretty much... You can do great swords, axes, spears, halberds, dual wielding, everything, man. Me? I'm gonna go with kind of a rebirth of my very first Let's Play character. Who you will see a bit more of later. Very soon, in fact.
Yes, you! Give us Silky!
Though, although they're not here, I mean, you can't see them, but they're here. And these birds will trade with you if you drop them stuff. For example, the very first item we picked up, the stone. If you use it, it will regenerate your health, but we don't really need that. So we'll drop it, and we'll also drop the petrified something, because...
Yeah! Silky smooth!
Shh. Oh, see? A twinkling titanite, a very useful crafting material. Oh. Yeah, and we can drop them down the ledge. Falling damage is real in this game. You want to be careful where you drop down, but let's head out of things betwixt. And into Majula. These are messages left either by players or by the developers. If you're on your first playthrough, read them, because players will quite often point out traps or hidden things, and they're just really useful. And here we have Majula, our sanctuary, our hub. And there's a few hidden things here too. For example, if you drop down here, then drop down here, and you can pick up Morning Star and a chime. Chimes are what you use to cast miracles, such as healing, and binoculars, which are handy for now and that. Yeah, this is how you get here, because you'll probably notice a lot of bloodstains around here, because people try and jump up onto there, and, well, let's have a look, shall we? Yeah, pretty much. Let's have another look at another one, because it's funny. Squish. Yeah. So here we have it. Majula. But I'm afraid this is the end of Jim's quest. So let's all say goodbye to Jim. And hello to Mont 2.0. Or just Mont. Praise that sun, man. So we started with a knight on this character, and I spent a long time trying to make her look not stupid. And I think she turned out pretty cutie. It's all good. Bit of a cutie pie. And you'll notice I have a shield, even though the knight doesn't start with a shield. That's because I got it from an enemy who just dropped it. Just a random drop from an enemy. But, you know, let's have a little look around Majula. For starters, what is this giant monument? It tells you how many people have died. That's a lot of deaths. And now let's talk to this rather crestfallen chap right here.
You're undead, aren't you? You have that distinct scent, the smell of irreversible fate. This is Majula. It is a kind of settlement. A place where life is almost normal. And in Drang Lake these days, there are very few places like that. I am Solden. And like you, I lost everything. And now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all. There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody. Do you know much about souls? Even I'm not certain, but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means? To be alive, to walk this earth. That's the real curse, right there. We undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really. There are 4 beings in this land with giant souls. And wherever you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them. Each has a powerful soul and a terrible curse. If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right now, like I have. Do you ever cry out for help? The journey of an undead is long and treacherous. You'll face invaders from other worlds at every turn. If you need help, why not proclaim faith in the Blue Sentinels? When you face danger, the Blue Sentinels will come to your aid. Protection is yours, if you wish. You need only accept their kind embrace. That is a wise decision. People are weak, but the Blue Sentinels watch over us in their benevolence. Let the Sentinels cradle you in their embrace.
So he gives us a lot of information to take in there. He tells us about Covenants, which are the online factions, if you put it that way. He tells us, like, there's 4 great beings, and we're gonna find those guys later on.
Do you feel lonely here? It suits me just fine, as I've nothing left anyway. It will grow on you, this place. Give it some time. Do you see the way beyond the bonfire? That will take you to the forest of the giants. There was once a great fort, but little of it remains. You may just find something there that will be of use on your journey. But don't venture too far inside, or you might not come back. Hade's Tower of Flame lies beyond the far gate. In the cathedral, the Apostles of Blue gather. But the road leading there is perilous. The gate is rigged with some contraption. But how it works, I just don't know. Have you seen that pit, that gaping hole in the earth? I don't know what it's like down below, but I wouldn't suggest trying to find out. Besides, you'll never make it down there. Not without a ladder of some sort. The flame you see there is a bonfire. They exist all across the land, beacons to we undead. If you are tired, try resting beside the flame. The flame heals us. Long ago, a woman called a firekeeper watched over each bonfire. She kept the flame lit and guarded it from those who would extinguish it. I wonder where the firekeepers went. Did you notice any letters on the ground on the way here? These are messages that have jumped the fissures between worlds. In Drang Lake, the flow of time is convoluted. Things shift and waver, twist and turn. Poignant wishes, dashed dreams, the messages convey our very inner thoughts. If your will to soldier on falters, try leaving a message. Somebody out there is sure to listen. You may notice symbols that appear upon the ground. These are summon signatures. They call upon spirits from other worlds through the schisms in time. If you fear hollows, find summon signatures to call upon spirits to help you. Do you see the way beyond the bond?
Okay, we've exhausted all his dialogue now. He tells you everything you need to know at the start of the game. I know some people think Dark Souls is too obtuse, too random. They don't tell you what to do. They do. You just have to ask people and they will tell you what to do. Who's this? Oh, she's a bit of a cutie too, as it happens. Cutie in green and a cutie in red. Well, we'll talk to her in a little bit. Here's the bonfire. The bonfire. Now, there's currently 2 more NPCs here. This guy and a merchant. So let's talk to this rather sickly looking chap.
Who are you? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant. But now somebody's gone and locked the door.
Some scoundrel they are, locking the door.
I'm a blacksmith. I'm nothing without my tools. Bring me that key. Chop chop.
He doesn't seem to have realised there's a giant window right next to him. And, I mean, look, even a child should climb up that. But, I mean, maybe this guy's starting to holler, you never know. No. Okay, yeah. And one more guy to talk to. Don't worry, we'll fill up Majula a bit more as time goes on. I've already picked up all the items in here, but I would suggest picking... Well, obviously pick them up, but explore. You'll find everything you need to know. Here's some items right here, which I already picked up. This, if you're a new player, I wouldn't suggest interacting with that at all. It will make the game harder. But check it out once you're used to the game. It's the Covenant of Champions. You can probably find info about it online. Makes the game harder, but also means enemies respawn more, so you can farm stuff. And why have I left a message here? Merchant ahead, by the way, try ladder. Well, there is indeed a ladder here. And I believe in here is the first crafting material you will obtain, the Titanite Shard. which we already have. Let's talk to this guy.
Oh, hello again. I hope you find something of use. I came from the west, from Volgan. Have you been there? It's a lively place, vibrant with trade. Very competitive, of course. And you have to grease the wheels to get anywhere. But I didn't have the funding for that, so I left home in hopes of striking gold. It's been years since then, and I've made very little headway. I don't even know why I'm still here. Everything's all run down and dying. It's terrible for business, really.
So he's come to this land because he was he just couldn't deal with it back where he came from. He sells a variety of things. He sells the Falconer helm, which actually is the helm that goes with the set of armour we started with as a knight, the Falconer set. It's a really cool looking helm, although we're not going to use it.
A group calling themselves the Blue Sentinels have gained much power in Volgan. You can't even run a shop without their blessing. They claim to be working for the greater good, but it's absolute hogwash. Oh, by the gods, why the hell am I here?
Well, you know what, we'll help him out. We'll buy some infantry gloves. I don't know about that. You could buy a shield from him, an iron palmer, which I guess is okay. You can also buy the Silver Eagle Kite Shield. We should do that because it's silver, but I don't think we will. I'm sure there was a way to compare items with what you currently have equipped, but apparently I'm forgetting how to do that, if you can indeed. But whatever. Yeah, we'll see. Actually, I tell a lie, there's one more. Well, I don't know if we can call it a person, but... Oh yeah, and make sure you come over here, and there'll be a rock here. Hit the rock, and you will get a very useful item called an Estus Flask Shard. There we go. Where's the bloodstains in here? Oh, people fighting the peas. Or jumping down the pit. And you can, of course, talk to a cat.
Oh, undead are we? And one without much time remaining. Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say. Not exactly the time to be chatting with a cat. Well, suit yourself. Oh yes, you may call me Shalquoir. Enchanté. So, what did you want anyway? Ooh, you smell wonderful.
She sells a variety of things, none of which we need right now, but we will buy most of her stuff at some point or another. She also allows you to manage your covenants. Pretty damn handy. Let's see what she's got to say.
This place is already dead. Everything will crumble and waste away so that something new may be born. Isn't it wonderful? This place is fascinating. We receive only the most peculiar visitors. Folk like yourself. It's enough to keep even a cat amused. Are you going to see the old ones? Those four who have grown so incredibly ancient. They must have sprouted quite a thick coat of moss by now. For heaven's sake, no one even knows their names anymore. Imagine that. Yes, nothing like yourself. For you have a most pleasant scent that grows nicer with each passing day. Have you you made friends with the man by the sea? He's lost everything. Absolutely everything. The only thing he's good for now is a few tidbits on covenants. Covenants are a type of, well, contract, you might say. You give something to gain something. That's the way humans like it, right? It might be just the thing you need. But what does a cat know? Did you see that oddly formed rock behind here? Long ago they called it Victor's Stone, as I recall. If you wish to face greater challenges, speak to the rock. Although, you'd just as well not. This place is already...
I don't even need to, like, explain anything, because I mean, the NPCs do a good job of explaining everything for you if you actually, you know, take the time to talk to them, which is nice. Just, yeah, if you're having trouble, just take your time, explore, and talk to people, and you will learn everything you need to know. And here we have, well, the most important NPC in the game, the Emerald Herald.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey. Go on and see the king. He who made Drangleic what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick. Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid. Seek those whose names are unutterable, the four endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away. Is that a shard you found? Here, let me see it, so that I may help you. To see light, to see hope, however faint it might be.
Every time you give her an Estus shard, it will give you another Estus flask, which is very important. You can also level up at her. We're not gonna do that just yet. We'll talk to her though, she's got some interesting stuff to say.
Over the hill and past the forest is the king's castle, where a man peered straight into the essence of the soul. But whatever came of it? Those who come to Drangleic seeking salvation soon lose hope and turn hollow. It happens to them all, sooner or later. That blue knight at the base of the tower, his spirit is already broken. Although he does offer sound advice. Perhaps he is a foreshadowing of your own future. That tiny thing inside the ruins. An ancient being that will mock your very existence. She imparts sound wisdom, provided you find her on a good day. The sign you bear will drain your very souls. And without souls, you will turn hollow. Stay strong. Do not lose hope. Even when you have precious little time. For when the undead dies, it is never truly dead, but only one step closer to hollowing. Not all undead are hollows, but all hollows were once undead. If you find an Estus shard, bring it to me, so that I may ease your burden. Over the hill and those who come to
Yeah. She has some interesting stuff to say, and more importantly, she gave us our Estus. You'll notice I've got a bunch of items. It's because I made one character, and I wanted to transfer some items over, so I gave them to a friend, and then he dropped them for me. Mostly because I wanted to use this armor, because I just kind of like how it looks. Although it does kind of bug me that the hair clips through the collar, like that. But, well, we'll probably... we'll get used to that, I'm sure. For now, we'll stick with the Falconer armor just for the first part or two. But, yeah, that's going to do it for part 1. We've explored Majula, we've done things betwixt. Next time, we're going to head over there. See that fortress? That is Cardinal Tower. And to get there, we have to go through the Forest of Fallen Giants. And that will be in the next part. I know this first part hasn't been super interesting, but we've got pretty much all the dialogue here, and everything is now good to go, so I hope you guys look forward to that. I know I am. I mean, talking to people's nice, but I mean, I know what they've got to say. And I'm ready to go and hit stuff. I really am. So, until then, you guys take care. Ciao. Oh wait, I forgot. We need a thing, don't we? Here we go. You guys take care. Ciao. Can't open that door. And here is not a new summon, but mild-mannered Pate, who we just spoke to earlier. And Sellsword Luet. 3 summons, this is ridiculous. Okay.